All right, let's meet our finalists. Micah Grossman, Ventura, California. Ian Turk, Riverside, California. Grant Morgenfeld, Palo Alto, California. Get a little close with that camera there, buddy. Here's a familiar face from the cross-country world, Maximus Serby Skinner from North Idaho, multiple junior Olympic champion. Evan Kier from Real Training in Colorado. Daniel Ruska from Englewood, Colorado. Charlie Voss, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Brendan Thomas, Shoveltown Track Club in Massachusetts. Evan Noonan from Dana Point, California. And from one of the great cross-country and middle distance programs, Harriman in Utah, Caden McGovern. So the national best, 8:31.46, and this was again big field, and they meet in Seattle on Wednesday. Meet record 8:34.40. Do we have it in them? As far as the seed times go, we got a lot of 8:40, so we're pretty close.
But it's perfect conditions, Bob, and a lot of these athletes, they're not doubling. I haven't seen some names here that they've run other races. So
yeah, not as much as the girls.
Not as much as the girls. So mostly fresh legs, optimal conditions. Maybe we might see a little bit of magic here. Sub 840, getting down into the 830s would be great. Some sense of the trajectory when they get to this first split, although it's not make or break here, but it will sort of set the tone for the rest of the race. It's about 62 seconds, so it's good. They're on pace for some good running. Kyle Stedman brings them through in 62.7. Kyle Stedman continuing to lead with the USA, Team USA singlet on. It's Evan Noonan in the all blue of Dana Point moving up on the outside. It's Charlie Voss from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. It is Voss who has the lead. It'll be the 880 split. They reached that in 2:11, so they've slowed down. That's a substantially slower lap. That opening lap of 63 was optimistic that they would carry on at a higher pace, but they have slowed down quite a bit. And the field bunches up. Normally when they're running 3, 4 wide like they are right now, that means the speed is slowed right down. It is Voss on the front from New Mexico. Then it's the tall blue vested Evan Noonan from Dana Point. And he looks really easy, Noonan does. He's just like he's out for a bit of a jog
Oh,
here at
yeah.
Hayward Field.
All right, this will be 3/4 mile, 3:23:47. Voss, Noonan, Stedman, Corbin Coombs, New Mexico, McGovern.
Noonan in high school action was third ranked in California over 3,200 meters this year.
Now the pace seems to be picking up as we come to the mile mark.
There's the halfway right there, 4:30. So they have slowed down, Bob. They're sitting around the 9-minute mark now.
Because the first group was 4:30 even, and that was 4:33. Yeah, 4:31, almost 4:32. So they're a little slower. But again, there's guys here that just look like they're cruising, and
yeah,
depends. Just decide who's going to pick it up and when.
It's kind of always a collective thing. They haven't met. There hasn't been a board meeting before the race to decide, are we going to make this a strategic race tonight, or are we going to make it a time trial? But clearly, by committee, they've decided to make this a bit more strategic, because most of these guys that are in there right up at the front, they have the capabilities of running substantially faster than, you know, the time they're en route to right now. No one really wants to take charge of affairs. Voss still on the front. There's another 68-second lap.
5 laps and 5:40 mid.
Here we go. This is what's been happening. Runners have been making big charges up from the back and then coming up right up to Voss and then kind of slotting in behind him. And there's kind of this washing machine effect that's going on in behind Voss with a constantly changing mix of characters immediately sitting behind him. Noonan getting a little bit of an elbow there from someone to his outside. Two to go from the true finish line at this point. At some point, there's going to have to be pretty aggressive moves made here.
Pace 69 that time. Voss now 6:50. Coombs up to second. Landon Heemeyer, one of the Idaho guys, is third.
They were slowing down, and now finally a bit of action. It's Landon Heemeyer, the taller runner, sitting in second place. It's Robert Matura with the burgundy top on there of Roseville, Minnesota. Noonan lurking on the outside, Bob.
Yeah, Noonan keeps hanging around, and he's going to push back to the front along with Matura. 1 to go at 7:55. Now we're going to be right at 9 minutes. 8:56:59 won the first section. That may win the whole thing.
Unless they go. Noonan on the front. That is Corbin Coombs from Orange Mountain Track Club in New Mexico, who is given chase. Noonan really starting to open up his bank account as they go down the back straightaway. They're going to have to really motor if they're going to try and get under 9 and beat that first heat time.
Noonan and Coombs. Well, they're going to make a go at it. 8:56, the time to beat. And now they might get to that. Can't wait to see his final split. Evan Noonan, Dana Point, California. We noticed early he looked a little too comfortable, and he blazes. 57 final lap, and 8:52:41. And that's number 10 in the U.S. this year. Corbin Coombs second, that's 13th, and Matura PRs in third. It didn't look like a race until it was a race.
Until it was a race, and Evan Noonan made it a race with that 57 final 440-yard dash to the line, dragging everyone along with him, but Noonan prevailing.
And give Corbin Coombs credit. Coombs also ran a 58 on the last lap. Well, some solid work in the 2 mile. Again, an event not everybody runs all the time, but really in every group, the emerging elites and the championship, the guys and girls were up for it.
This is where
we were at the bell.
The bell, and Noonan makes the move here. Coombs decides to go with them. 200 to go. Noonan on the front. Coombs makes a huge effort to try and come back, but Noonan's just too strong. And there he goes across the line, just slipping past the top time. I'm assuming he goes to Dana Point High School, the Dolphins of Dana Point. My cousins went to that high school, Bob, so an indirect connection to Evan Noonan.
All right, we're going to head down and hear from Evan in just a moment here as we get ready for the 100-meter finals. And I think Josh is ready with him right now.
I've seen you do this so many times in California, this epic kick. What do you like so much about it? Why do you just love giving the fans a show?
I mean, it's a big confidence booster for me, honestly. Just coming out here and with these amazing guys and just being able to do the best I can. I mean, I always want to leave it out there for coaches, family, supporters, everything. So that's where it comes from.
What do you want to shout out? I know you got a big support system. Everybody was supporting you from California in this front row. Who do you want to shout out?
So I got to shout out the B-Docs right there. And then I got my parents in the stands and my coach back home, Coach Dunn.
Congratulations, Evan Noonan, our national champion in the 2 mile. Let's give it up for him.
And you know,